off. Topping our news tonight, 3 men have turned themselves in the Nueces County Jail in connection to a shooting that killed one woman. And again, it is our top story tonight. The shooting happened earlier this month on Clio and Headley Street, where 39-year-old Lisa Santos was shot in the head. It was last week when 29-year-old Larry Ramos was arrested on a warrant for her murder. Today, though, 3 News has learned 3 more men turned themselves in at the Nueces County Jail last night. They've been identified as Rayvon Rodriguez, Arnold Riojos, and Gilbert Cuevas. According to an arrest affidavit, the 3 men interfered with a domestic disturbance, which led to shots being fired. Ramos and the additional 3 men are now all facing murder charges. Stay with 3 News for the latest on this story.